the Ice type isn't doing so hot. While it has excellent offensive potential against common offensive types such as flying or ground, it has many commonly used weaknesses such as steel and fighting, and only resists one type. Against other ice types, there is also the matter of hail, which is far less viable when compared to the other weather conditions that are so much better and more widely used. Because of this great imbalance, I came up with a few ideas to improve the ice type. While I don't think these changes will make ice top tier anytime soon, they can hopefully at least get it out of the gutter and be a slightly more usable type. The first major set of changes I would make would include a slight update to the current type chart. There is no reason for ice to only have one resistance, which is against itself, so from now on, I would suggest that ice now resists water as well as fairy. My reasons for this are that water and fairy are two very commonly used types in competitive Pokémon, so giving ice the power to resist those types would nerf them only a small amount while vastly improving ice's defensive capabilities. For water types, this makes sense because pouring water on top of ice wouldn't harm the ice. In fact, unless the water is hot, it would end up joining the cold collective and make the ice bigger. I will make one exception, that being the moves called Still be super effective against ice since it's hot water. That should melt the ice, and it would become a counterpart to the move Freeze Dry, an ice type move that is super effective against water. For fairy, I believe this makes sense because most magical Faiyan creatures have a hard time living in cold environments, and thus would struggle against Pokémon of the cold. There are also plenty of old fables and tales of icy cold antagonists in fiction that act as villains in these kind of stories, such as the inspiration for Frozen, or that one show that everyone hates now. Next, I propose that Ice-type Pokémon in Hail receive a defense bonus just as Rock types receive a special defense bonus in Sandstorm. Rock-type Pokémon tend to have very high physical defense and only a moderate special defense. However, they receive a special defense bonus in Sandstorm to help make up for it. As a parallel, Ice-type Pokémon should receive a similar effect, but to their physical defense. Ice-type Pokémon as a whole only have moderate defenses, so giving them a defense bonus under Hail, paired with the type changes mentioned before, should give Ice types a chance to play a more defensive role. The final idea is a bit of a long shot, but screw it. I think the Frostbite status from Legends Arceus should replace the Frozen status. The Freeze status is heavily reliant on luck, and easily make or break an entire match thanks to RNG. But Legends Arceus introduced the Frostbite status to shake things up, and I feel that it is a much better status than Frozen. First, it acts as a counterpart to the Burn status, inflicting a small HP penalty at the end of each turn. But while Burn halves a Pokémon's physical attack, Frostbite will halve the special attack instead. I think this is much better since a Pokémon with Frostbite is still able to make some kind of play and not sit there hoping to get thawed out. Frostbite also gives pressure against special attackers that didn't really have to worry about status conditions nearly as much as physical attackers. This was an idea I already sort of had before Legends Arceus even came out. The Nintendo ninjas really be after me. To summarize, the Ice type does well offensively, but is usually horrible when trying to play defense. From now on, Ice should resist Water and Fairy types, Hail gives Ice types a defense bonus, and finally replace the Frozen status with Frostbite from now on. I hate writing conclusion paragraphs,